He's determined. It's a war of wills at the moment between the goalkeeper and his manager, but you know who the boss is. And it's the boss's word that counts. He's got to go off here.
That's not a great sign when you are publicly trying to ignore your manager. Not what you want to see. It shows a lack of authority really from the boss. Well, certainly it betrays the lack of respect from the players, or at least one player.
It's an extraordinary scene. He almost seems determined to stand his ground, to try and be the hero in the penalty shootout, Arrizabalaga, but the decision has been taken out of his hands, but he's refusing to go. It's extraordinary. 3 minutes of stoppage time has been indicated, but Maurizio Sarri, with all justification,
he can't back
is
down.
fuming.
He can't back down. He's got to force him to come up. He's made his decision. He's got to stand his ground, Sarri. Can't let the player win in this situation. Looks like he has, though.
Well, John Moss needs to speak to the manager to find out, but it's almost like who's in control of this club, who's in control of this team.
The lunatic's taken over the asylum. It's one of those. I mean, if the ref says, do you want to make a substitution, and he says yes, John Moss should make it happen.
Well, the players won. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. If that doesn't undermine you, I don't know what does. And Sarri is absolutely incandescent, and with every right to be. Well, he's walking away. He might be walking away from the stadium. Is he walking away from the job?
He's not been sent off, has he? That's by his own accord, isn't it? No.
Well, never seen anything like this before. And there goes the full-time whistle. And it's the same old questions about who's in control of Chelsea, because they've put in a lot of good work here today under Maurizio Sarri after their humiliation by Manchester City a fortnight ago. But the manager himself has been humiliated by an extraordinary extra time confrontation over a long distance with his goalkeeper. He was determined to take Kepa Arrizabalaga off when he pulled up lane for the second time, but the goalkeeper stood his ground, stayed on and won the war of wills with his own manager. Sarri feels humiliated and undermined. The repercussions from that will linger long, but it will go to a penalty shootout. Chelsea 0, Manchester City 0.
Oh my goodness, just when you thought you'd seen everything in football, something like that happens. One of the most entertaining 0-0 draws, and not all for the right reasons. Jamie, have you seen anything like that before?
I thought I'd seen it all in football. That was incredible. And I still think it's not finished yet, because you see Willy Caballero wants to come on and the manager wants to get him on. I feel sorry for the manager. I really do. It was such a difficult situation for him, and it's a nightmare. You can see this is boiling over now. But I get Willy Caballero's got, you know, he's brilliant at penalties as well, isn't he?
He's very good. I mean, when we beat Liverpool 3 years ago, he's been the main man. He's made a few good saves on the penalty shootout. So, and also look at the psychologically point of view. Also, maybe bringing Cavachero on. You know, he knows most of the City players. Yep. I mean,
I'm still struggling to understand how a keeper would cramp in the first place. I'm struggling with that one.
So much passing.
How much has he undermined Sarri there, John?
I think once a number goes up, you have to come off. As a player, I think you have to show that respect, and you have to come off. I get it that he doesn't want to. He's in the final. He's played well. He's doing well. If he's told the physios and the medical department he's okay, I can get his frustration, but you deal with that after. The last thing the players want or need now is this.
But no one wants to come off anyway, whether they're fit or not, do they? If the number comes up, you have to walk off.
Yeah, you have to. Listen, it's interesting what's going to happen now, but you know, just brought an awful lot of pressure on himself, hasn't he?
Absolutely. Well, he nearly walked down the tunnel, didn't he, the manager? Thankfully, he decided to come back. I mean, what's happening now? Who's going to go and goal for these? Still looks like it's going to be Kepa.
He's going to have both of them.
That might be a good idea. If Kepa stays in goal, he can still make himself a hero, and this might soon get forgotten. If he doesn't, it's a horrible situation all round. I feel for the manager. I feel for him. I do. It's a horrible situation.
It's a difficult one for everyone, for the players involved on the pitch. Of Franco, they're shouting to get him off. It's a tough call for everyone.
It could happen anywhere. You know, we say that's Chelsea's undermined. That could happen anywhere. You know, yeah, I think it could. I think there's passion. He wants to be in goal, and he wants to play. He doesn't want to come off. He's a goalkeeper. It's a unique situation to take a keeper off in the first place. I really feel for Sarri there. I really do.
A little bit of breathing space. There won't be much of that in the coming hours for Arrizabalaga. You can be sure of that. So, Jorginho up first for Chelsea. Long stare at the ball from Jorginho. And Ederson saves. Well, it was a long wait from Jorginho.
Well, you could see Ederson had done his homework. It's like a similar one. I think it was in the semi-final of the competition against Spurs. Waited till the goalkeeper went down. Ederson stood tall. Waited till Jorginho made contact with the ball, and you've got arms as big as he has. You've got an opportunity to make a save.
Gundogan, who was successful from the spot in the quarter-final against Leicester. Successful here. Advantage Manchester City.
Terrific penalty. Best of all, if he's sending a goalkeeper the wrong way, you've conned him in that sense, but also hit the side of the netting. Always difficult for a goalkeeper to save.
Cesar Azpilicueta. No nonsense from the Spaniard. No stopping that.
Terrific penalty, and look how much that means to the Chelsea captain today. Never easy taking a penalty after your teammates just missed it. It's crucial that you score that next penalty, and he never looked like he was phased. He never looked like he was going to miss. I don't think he could have got it further into the corner.
Step forward, Sergio Aguero. Arrizabalaga trying some mind games there, staring down at Aguero, now back on his goal line. Oh, he almost got there. In fact, he did get there. But a soft hand from Arrizabalaga couldn't keep it out. 2-1 City in the shootout.
Did the injury have anything to do with that soft hand? People will ask the question for years to come. Read Sergio Aguero well. Got down there, got two hands on the ball, but somehow he just wriggled through them.
Well, you'd be really disappointed, Arrizabalaga, who didn't save that. Penny for the thoughts of Sarri and Caballero right now. 2 from 2 for Manchester City. 2 from 3 for Chelsea via Emerson.
Oh, Ederson's unfortunate. He goes the right way, full stretch, both hands on the ball, but it's the power from Ederson that sees it get into the back of the goal. And a good penalty by the Chelsea left back.
Leroy Sané next for Manchester City. Excellent save from Arrizabalaga. Moving some way forward towards redemption, the Spaniard. Wasn't the worst penalty in the world, that from Sané, but Arrizabalaga guessing right.
He's had to do something in this penalty shootout, and he just has. Full stretch, guesses right, strong hands this time, unlike the last penalty. As you said, it wasn't the worst penalty in the world by Leroy Sané. A terrific save by Kepa
Interesting to see Kepa Arrizabalaga going through some stretches there, almost as if he felt the injury that we saw towards the extra time in making that save to deny Sane. 3 penalties each, twice each successful. So we're back on level terms in the shootout. David Luiz. No! The fine margins in football. Woodwork comes to City's aid via David Luiz.
We don't expect him to miss. He's so assured when he runs up to take penalties. He does have a long run up. He does have a lot of steps in that build-up, but his connection is always true. Just sets it off a little bit too wide and doesn't quite hit the target.
Bernardo Silva for Manchester City. Oh, real advantage here now for Guardiola and Manchester City. 3-2 they lead in the shootout. Four penalties each taken. Eden Hazard next for Chelsea, has to score. Hazard to level it up at 3-3. Oh, how cool is that? Talk about ice in the veins. Eden Hazard. He's taking liberties there. But Raheem Sterling has the chance to win the Carabao Cup for Manchester City. Chelsea have had their 5 penalties. This is City's 5th, and this is to win the trophy. Back to back, the Carabao Cup for Manchester City. Yes, but only just. Raheem Sterling. And Manchester City's run of success under Pep Guardiola continues.
Well, those last 2 penalties we've just seen are absolutely fantastic. Hazard, you think he's just about kept his team in the penalty shootout, but then Raheem Sterling, talk about postage stamp. A lot of pressure on that young man's shoulders, and he's growing year on year. Don't come much better than that in high pressure situations, and he has just handed his team the cup.
Well, jubilant scenes for one club and disappointment for the other. You feel for Chelsea a little bit. They really took Manchester United all the way, but Sterling, the eventual hero. It went to penalties and Manchester City emerged successful, 4-3 in the shootout. So, whilst the celebrations for Manchester City continue and commiserations offered to the Chelsea squad, we'll get ready for the trophy presentation, the presentation of the medals for the winners and the losers. For Pep Guardiola, the 25th major trophy since he took over as coach at Barcelona in 2008, a remarkable record.
شكرا لحفيظ. إذن غوارديولا يضيف لقبا جديدا إلى سجله المتخم المليء بالألقاب في كل مكان ذهب ودرب. من حقه أن يحتفل مع ستيرلينغ الذي حسم ركلات الترجيح والذي واصل التسجيل في موسم استثنائي لرحيم ستيرلينغ على مستوى التسجيل وكذلك الصناعة. أبدأ معك دكتور. أمور غريبة وتقلبات حدثت في الدقائق الأخيرة من عمر هذه المباراة وصولا إلى ركلات الترجيح. بالنظر لهذه المباراة اتفقتما على أن تشيلسي كان الطرف الأفضل، لكن بالنظر لما عمله غوارديولا منذ اليوم الأول له مدربا لفريق السيتي ربما استحق أن يفوز بلقب جديد.